Hello everybody. So what we are looking at today is how to solve equations that involve brackets. So remember, brackets are where I've got these symbols and something written inside. So brackets look like this with something written inside. So by the end of this session, hopefully we'll be able to solve equations that have brackets. So the first thing that we need to be able to do is to expand brackets using what we call the distributive law. Now this is something that we looked at when we did algebra, but I'll just recap it quickly. So distributive law basically works like this. We take the outside number and we multiply it by the first inside number. So A times B, which would be AB. There's a plus symbol there, so I'm going to say plus. All right, and then we deal with the second number. So now we take our outside number again and we multiply it by the second inside number, which is AC. Okay, so if I were to give you an actual example that has numbers, what that would be, say our question is 2 equals 3A plus 5. Okay, so to expand that, we would do outside number times by first inside part, so 2 times 3A, which is 2 times 3 is 6, and there's an A there, okay? And then we do our second part, 2 times 5, which is 10. That's a positive, so it's going to be plus 10. Okay, looking at it with a negative symbol, we are going to do, again, outside number times first inside number, so that is AB. All right, that is a negative symbol, so we're going to say negative. And then A times by C, which is AC. All right, and again, if I were to give you an example with a number, we're going to do 2 bracket 3A take away 5 this time. Okay, so I follow the same process. I do my outside number times by my first inside. So 2 times 3A, which is 6A. This is a negative symbol. And then I'm going to do that 2 times negative 5, which is negative 10. So I've written down the negative and we're going to write a 10 there. Okay, so basically the first step whenever you see brackets is going to be to expand those brackets, all right? Expanding obviously means writing out the longer form. What we are then going to do is collect like terms. So like terms are things that contain the same pronumeral, which means they contain the same letter. So something like 5A and 3A would be like terms because they both contain the letter A, okay? So if I was to collect those like terms, that would be 5A plus 3A. 5A plus 3A is going to be 8A. And then our final step is to solve to find our pronumeral. So algebraically solve, which is what we've been doing in our last few lessons. We're going to go straight to an example, and we've got a couple different examples that slowly build on each other. So this one's sort of the easiest kind, and then we're going to work our way up to working with brackets on both sides. Alrighty, so let's have a go at this, shall we? So first step, expanding brackets. So we are going to go outside times first inside. So that is 3 times P. Okay, so 3 times P is 3P. We are then going to go outside times second inside. 3 times 4. 3 times 4 is 12. So we are going to say plus 12 equals 18. There's no brackets there, so I can just write that as it is. And this obviously looks very familiar to what we have been working with quite a lot. So obviously we want to keep our letter till the very end. So we're going to work with what's not with our letter first. So plus 12 here. To get rid of that, I need to subtract 12. Remember, what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So we're going to subtract 12 from that side too. So I'm going to be left with 3P equals 18 take away 12. 18 take away 12 is 6. All right, we are left with 3P equals 6. We're now going to get rid of our 3. Remember, between the number and the letter, there is a multiplication sign. So that's 3 times p. The opposite of timesing is dividing. So we're going to divide by 3. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. And we're going to be left with 3 divided by 3 is 1. So those two cancel out. We're left with p equals 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 we know is 2. We have therefore solved that p must be equal to 2. And we can check our answer by substituting it in. So I can go 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 times 3 is indeed 18. So we've got that correct. Well done, team. All right, next kind of question. So first steps first, I see a bracket, so I'm going to expand said bracket. So what we do, we take our outside number, we multiply it by our first inside number. So negative 12 times 3, negative times positive is going to be a negative number, so that's going to be negative 36. And the pronumeral we are dealing with is a q. All right, and then we do our second step. So negative times by positive. Negative times by positive we know is a negative number, so I'm going to write negative. 12 times 5 is 60, so I'm going to write 60 equals negative 132. Okay, I've now expanded my brackets, and this again becomes very similar to what we have been dealing with. So the negative 36 is with the q. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of the 60 first. So to move this to the other side, or to get rid of it, I need to do the opposite. So the opposite of subtracting 60 is adding 60. So we're going to add 60 to this side, add 60 to this side. So here I'm going to be left with negative 36q. Oh, negative 36q. That cancels. Negative 132 plus 60 equals negative 72. Alrighty, and now I need to figure out what my q is on its own. So to get rid of this negative 36, I need to divide by negative 36, divide by negative 36. So I'm going to be left with q over here, and then negative 72 divided by negative 36 is 2. Now if I substitute q as 2 into this equation, I should get my answer is negative 132. If I do not, that means something has happened along the way when I've been working it out. So I need to go back and check my answer. Alrighty, next one. So again, I see a bracket. First things first is I'm going to expand that bracket. So again, same process. Outside number times first inside number. So 4 times 2 is 8, and my pronumeral there is an x, so I'm going to write x. And now we're going to deal with the part that we haven't dealt with yet. So outside times by second inside. So 4 times negative 5. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. I then have a plus 3x, so I'm going to plus 3x, and then I've got a 57. All right, what we notice now is that I have 8x and I have a 3x. What I can do is, because they both have one x in them, is I can combine them. They are like terms. So we're going to combine them. 8x plus 3x is going to be 11x. So I've got 11x, take away 20, equals to 57. Alrighty. Now again, this becomes very similar to what we have been dealing with. So the opposite of subtracting 20 is adding 20, adding 20. I'm going to buzz through these because hopefully we are familiar with the rest of this process. If you are not, you need to go back and watch the other videos. So we're then left with 11x equals 57 plus 20, which is 77. Now we're going to divide by 11, divide by 11, divide by 11. So I'm going to be left with x equals to 7. And again, if I substitute x as 7, but now I've got to sub it in both places, not just one place, all of this is going to equal 57. All right, lucky last. Now this question has one set of brackets on the left-hand side and one set of brackets on the right-hand side. So we're going to work through at expanding our brackets first. So we're going to say 2 times 3x, outside times first inside. 2 times 3x is going to be 6x. All right, and then we've got our 2 times 1, which is 2. Okay, so plus 2. Now I've dealt with the left side, I'm going to go equals, and now deal with my right-hand side. So 5 times 2x, 5 times 2 is 10, so that's going to be 10x. Alrighty, and then 5 times negative 6, positive times a negative number is a negative number, so that's going to be 5 times negative 6, which is negative 30. And now I am working with a question that has pronumerals on both sides, which is what we did in the last video. So I'm going to follow those steps. So if we do that, we want to try to get our letters on the left side and our numbers on the right side. So what I'm going to do is to move this 10x onto my left side, or to get rid of it from the right side. Here it's positive 10. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to subtract 10x. So if I subtract from this side, I have to subtract from this side. Okay, so I'm going to be left with 6x take away 10x. 6 take away 10 is a negative number, and that's going to be negative 4. So it's going to be negative 4x plus 2 equals 10x take away 10x, that's cancelled, equals to negative 30. All right, and again, this has become a question that looks very similar to our first step of our other questions over here. So we are going to then go move this 2 to the other side, or to get rid of it, I have to subtract 2. So I'm going to be left with negative 4x equals negative 30 take away 2, which is negative 32. Okay, and then I have to get rid of my negative 4. So to get rid of my negative 4, I have to divide both sides by negative 4. So x is going to equal negative 32 divided by negative 4, which is equal to 8. Okay, so my final answer is x equals 8. And what I can do is I can substitute it into here, and I can substitute it into here, work out my question, work out my question. The answers for both of them should equal the same if my answer is correct. If they equal different things, that means I've done something wrong and I need to go back and check my working out. Obviously here I didn't show you the purple parts or the pink parts that show you step by step the opposites, but that is something that you have become very familiar with. So it does usually help to show the working out that you are doing. Alrighty, hopefully that made sense. Please give this video a thumbs up if it did. Leave a comment below if you would like me to clarify anything for you. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.